Guys, it is Gamers Heroes Live and we are here. My name is Ryan McBride and I am unblocking my firewall for you. I'm joined by Casey Sheld.
How's it going, guys?
And Johnny Hurricane.
Hello, everyone.
We have spent all day, just all day, watching press conferences, going to press conferences, being on buses, being in cars, running around, and now we are here to talk with you guys about what we have saw and what we have done. If you have any questions, I will be headed up in the chat, but I think we would probably just start with the beginning of the day.
Might as well.
That sounds good.
Start with Microsoft. So what do we want to start with? So we got into Microsoft. There's a big line.
That was a huge ass line of Microsoft. We took the bus, and it's funny. Take the bus right in front of us. Super fast car, man. And we're like, what the hell, man? Turns in on the side of the car. Forza 5.
Forza 5.
There's another car in front of that car. Forza 5 as well.
Right, for sure. So we get in there, we get our passes, we get our seat. We saw some people.
Yeah, met some people.
Met some people before the conference started, and then so the conference starts, opens up, Xbox, woo! And the first thing that they open up with, which was a surprise to me, was Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
That was a smart move.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I think it's calling right out to the gamers that are the hardcore gamers that are looking for games. That was the biggest complaint from the Xbox show, was that there wasn't any games, and they come out with possibly one of the most hardcore games out there.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
up to that point, we weren't entirely sure if we were going to see it on Xbox or not, because
Because it was a PlayStation exclusive
exactly
a long time ago.
They have been up until this is the first one that
No, about to say...
2 and 3 made it on that.
And then Revengeance and Peace Walker. Yeah.
Well, Revengeance is kind of
That's stretching a little.
over there.
But Peace Walker,
1, 2, 3,
but Peace
4.
Walker is official canon, man.
right. Peace Walker, yeah. What'd you guys think of the trailer? What'd you guys?
Okay, I really liked it, man. Honestly, I can't remember half of it because I threw so much information into it. Kojima trailers, you gotta watch them over and over again to pick up everything because he hides all these references and hidden things.
For sure.
I'm about to say, I remember near the end, there was like, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 characters they just introduced out of the blue. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, how am I gonna keep
Well, there was
track of
Ocelot in there, because I remember him because he's in like everything. So.
Yeah.
And a bunch of new characters.
Those are the ones I don't know, man.
They had a sniper person who was apparently mute.
Yeah. Was she? Did it say that?
Said that she lost her voice or doesn't have a voice or something like that.
But it could be an allegory to how she lost her land or something.
You never know with Kojima, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah. What else? We saw some horseback riding.
Oh, yeah.
Weather.
The weather changing, and it was like stealth evolved. The stuff looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that the lighting was going different ways and stuff like that. That was interesting.
No, the real highlight of that trailer, man, is they got that same vocal artist who did the song Snake Eater from Metal Gear Solid 3, got the song from Metal Gear Solid 5, real powerful, and they had an amazing sound system at the Microsoft press conference. When they worked, but but when it did, man, it was just booming, man. You felt it. It was great.
No, the sound system, when it did work, there was for anybody that didn't watch the conferences, there was a couple trailers. One was a dragon.
Yeah.
Fall Dragon.
I don't know exactly the name.
Sword.
It was from the same guys who made Panzer Dragoon, which is that old Sega game. So.
Yeah, so there was a dragon game that didn't have any sound at all, and they didn't replay or anything like that. And then during the Battlefield thing, which comes up later, no sound, and then we gotta rewind this shit. We gotta.
They were awkwardly standing on stage too.
Yeah, the guy's like, I guess you'll see it later, and then he starts to walk back, and they're like, nah,
no, you're getting
back around.
There was quite the hilarious dialogue coming from the crowd during that section.
Well, yeah.
Somebody was like, switch the red and white cables.
You tried turning it off and on again. Yeah, I remember all that. It was great.
Yeah, okay.
It's funny because, all throughout the whole conference, there was a teleprompter that we could see, and we were reading all the lines, and everything was staged. Except for that, because then it just stops mid-line, and he's like, what do I do now?
I don't have anything to read off of.
Yeah, it showed. He didn't know what to do. He was like looking back and forth, like
right. Yeah. But going back, okay, so we've done Metal Gear Solid. Now we can talk about. Should we even talk about the new 360?
Honestly, I completely
No,
forgot about
I'm
it.
not gonna pick it up, man. I'm about to say I've gone through 3 of the original ones, man.
Right.
I don't need another 360.
I'm just confused in why.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if it's gonna be cheaper, and they say it's gonna look like the Xbox One, like it was more boxy instead of like where the Elite has that like indentation a little bit.
So what? You can trick your friends. Check it out. I got the
Yeah,
Xbox
I'm about to
One.
say.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know.
kidding.
It's a
the new
sneaky way.
360.
I'm about to say, come Christmas time, they parents are gonna get them an Xbox 360. It's like, thanks, mom.
Right,
Get
right.
you the cheaper one.
What else? What else?
Wasn't Rise? I think Rise was the next game that came up.
Rise was there, yeah. Rise. I don't know.
Rise.
It looked like a God of War ripoff, man. I'm sorry. I'm
It
sorry.
did, but it looked really good. I thought, like,
Dude, there was the bullet time, there was the quick time event.
the quick time's rough.
The quick time was bull, and it's like,
Yeah.
go here, do this, go do that. It skipped a little bit. Okay, now do this. Stab the same guy over and over again. I saw the same fatality move like 3 times, man.
Did you? 'Cause
Yeah.
I specifically noted that I thought that it was taking note of the context that it was in. And
Possibly.
Depending on how many people were like.
Yeah, like if 2 people
About to
were
die,
around,
yeah.
yeah, it was. I thought it was changing up pretty nicely. 'Cause
Maybe,
it
but-
seemed like he threw him like against a wall too one time when.
Yeah.
Well, I think they said something like over
Next
100,
gen.
100 executions.
Oh, did they?
I think
Yeah.
they
It seemed
oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I saw that.
Okay. What else? World of Tanks.
Yeah.
Free to play.
Free to play on the Xbox 360.
360, yes. They did not say anything about Xbox One.
Yeah, they took a little break, like right after the beginning, just to talk about 360 for like 10-15 minutes, and they did the new 360 World of Tanks, and 2 new free games,
Yeah.
or 2 free games. That you're getting Halo. People that have an Xbox Live, like they were taking a page directly from PSN, basically saying like, "Hey, you got Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Here's a couple games to hold you over."
Yeah, it's okay, but they didn't say specifically if you'd lose them after you don't have them. I'm sure of it.
They made it sound like you didn't.
Yeah.
They said you get to keep them.
That'd be pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I'm about to say Assassin's Creed 3, you can get that for $5. I mean, like, at least the games you get from PlayStation Network, it's like PlayStation Plus. Like, they just give away XCOM, they give away Saints Row. Those games, they cost more than $5.
Saints Row is pretty cheap.
3?
Saints Row is pretty cheap now.
Saints Row 3 is pretty cheap.
I guess it was in the bundle. I guess it was in the bundle.
Yeah.
We got Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping
That
Dogs.
that just came out last August, which I guess is now getting kind of close.
I think it's kind
Right.
of funny that those games drop like a lead brick in price, man.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. I mean, Halo 3. That's if you don't have it anymore, if you sold it back.
I've never played it, to be honest with you. I've played the multiplayer, obviously. but-
Right. And well, that's what Halo's made for. Is
Absolutely.
multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the campaigns are fun. They're interesting side thing to do. It's a little bit better than, let's say, the Call of Duty campaign.
Oh, yeah.
But it's really on the multiplayer. What else is next?
Killer Instinct.
That's a
Killer
Killer
Instinct.
Instincts. We got that trailer for Dark Souls 2. About to say, get hyped
Oh,
for
yeah.
that.
Yep.
That was a pretty big trailer, especially with the sound system they were rocking in there. It was like,
Yeah.
like, it was
That was pretty cool, man.
yeah. I'm really excited for Dark Souls 2 because I know what's that, March 2014.
That's right.
2014, yep.
I'm not doing anything March 2014. Like,
Except playing Dark Souls.
right? Because when you start playing Dark Souls, like that's the only thing you can think about.
Yep.
Like that's it. Like when you go to bed, you're like, Dark Souls.
Wonder what's next.
Yeah, when you wake up, Dark Souls.
What's gonna kill me tomorrow?
Right, exactly. So Dark Souls 2, and that's gonna be on everything eventually,
Yeah,
probably.
they didn't really show all that much, which was kind of a disappointment.
Right. Oh well, they didn't say next gen. They
No,
said
no, they
360.
didn't. You're
Oh,
right.
no, it's a current gen game.
Yeah, current gen game. So yeah, we already talked about Rise, which my first thought was Call of Duty in Rome because it kind of looked like they were storming Normandy there at the
Yeah.
beginning, like it was the boats and taking the towers, blah 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 blah. What else? Killer Instinct, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I love the original one, but this one, I'm not completely sold on it, man.
What?
I'm just
I've
being
never
honest. I'm being honest, man. Like, they had the screams and stuff like that, but man, it looked like a poor man's Mortal Kombat. It looked like a poor man's Mortal Kombat.
Poor man's Mortal
Hey,
Kombat.
Casey's the fighter guy, all right.
Yeah,
Just
no,
to
I
be
know,
fair, but
Mortal Kombat, like the Mortal Kombat 9, the 2011 one, and even Injustice, that had the fast fluid system with the punches and the multi-combos. This one, it's like they hop, which I guess is kind of like the original one, but I know you're a huge Nintendo fan, Rare fan, so it's where it comes from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not a huge. I thought you would be excited for it.
I never said I wasn't excited. It's just I'm not as hyped as other people are.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people.
And I think the fact that you gotta buy a whole new fight stick for Xbox One, and that's bull. Another $150 down the drain, man.
Yeah. Well, they showed a Mad Catz one, so Mad Catz can't be.
It's funny. You never think you'd say that Mad Catz would make a good controller. They spent $150 for a Mad Catz controller.
Yeah. Is that really how much they cost? Like a Mad Catz fighting stick?
$150. $150 for a Mad Catz fighting stick. Yeah.
No,
at least the good ones. The cheapo, crappy ones.
Yeah.
$40. You can get a WWE All Stars one for $30. Half naked men on your controller.
Yeah. But anything else? Anybody? Did you think of anything about Killer Instinct or?
I've never played Killer Instinct.
I think the community manager. Yeah.
Right, like it just never.
I think the community manager sucked at playing the game, man. Just like, come on, quit it. But then,
Well,
then I look at the teleprompter and she's actually reading off of that.
Yeah.
You're really good.
Yeah. What's next? Open persistent world. Oh, that was the Insomniac game.
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset
Yeah.
Overdrive. Yeah.
That looks really cool. I love the whole color aspect to it.
Right.
Like it's like Mirror's Edge, but it's got the Jet Set
Right.
radio vibe to it, which I love,
Yeah,
man.
that's
And the
actually
fact that it's got guns is just even better because
that's
it's more action.
Creative guns. From
Yeah, about to say, well, that's part of the Insomniac thing. Ratchet and Clank's got creative guns,
That's exactly.
resistance.
You're right. Yeah.
Insomniac's known for their weapons, and that's pretty much.
About to say, but what I'm afraid of, at least with that game, is like you saw what happened with Fuel, right? You know how boring and generic that shit looks.
That's true.
Did you see the original trailer for Overstrike?
Yeah.
That looked incredible, and then Fuses, it just sucked out all the fun, all the like color, and just enjoyment out of it. I don't know. I hope they don't do that with this one because I don't want to see a gritty world where they're running on walls. You know?
Yeah. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
No, man.
So then we can move on. Looks like Forza 5.
Which looks good.
It
Yeah.
Really good. Racing games typically do, but
Right,
this
right.
does look good.
Yeah, racing game trailers, they always do them in those cinematic cutscene type things, and they always look fantastic. I mean, they have for a while.
They did it in style. Brought up that nice ass car.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. All of a sudden, you just see this car rising from the stage.
They preface it by saying that there's only one of two McLarens in the world, and we have it on stage.
Yeah.
Brought it up for 5 minutes, and they just kind of scooted back down. That's enough stage time. Yeah.
Nobody touch it.
Yeah.
We're paying so much money to have this here.
They didn't check my bag. I could have thrown a rock at it.
Is there going to be flash photography here? No.
What else?
Go over Drive-Atar.
Drive-Atar. That was what they were saying. So this is part of Forza 5 for the people that didn't see the thing. So basically, what your game does is it learns how you drive as you're driving. It learns what moves you would normally make, how aggressive you normally are.
Yep.
And then what it's doing is because Xbox is, for a better word of it, it's going to be always on. Like it has to only check once every 24 hours, but if you're doing that, you're going to have it online.
Yeah.
And so what it's doing is on your friends list, it's sending your Drive-Atar to them while they're playing. Even if you're not online, it's like having you in the game. Or that's what they're saying. That's what their PR marketing is like.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that?
Well, I think that the market's going to be oversaturated with all these Drive-Atar games. We saw like 5 or 6 of them. But I think this one's got promise. I mean, it's an established brand. And Forza is like the most popular racing game out there as far as like professional goes. So I think they have a shot, man.
Sure.
And my biggest problem with racing games is that I don't want to sink enough time into it to make myself good at them. So when I get to the higher level races, especially in like Gran Turismo, it's just like I can't spend like 8 hours trying to beat one race.
Yeah,
you know?
that's a problem with driving games. Not even like super simulation games, but like still like say Burnout Paradise, you know, where you have to move up the ranks, man, to get a C license, then B license, then A license, then S license to unlock more and more and more, or Need for Speed or whatever.
But what do you do in a driving game if you don't do that?
You do objectives and you get XP, so it's like a driving RPG.
Right.
It's all about buying new cars.
Yeah.
I want the new sweet cars. I upgrade my cars.
You upgrade your cars and you get more
races.
boost and you unlock paths and it's just a never-ending cycle. It's like a wheel or treadmill, you know?
Right, for sure. But does that always online with your friends AI? Does that?
I think if you play it with just AI, it's not the same.
Right.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think if the community dies, then the game dies with it, man.
That's an interesting point. If if your friends aren't playing it and their drive-a-tar goes a little tar.
It's tardy, man.
Yeah, then that's not good for your racing game.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so we got through Forza 5. We talked about Forza 5 for a little bit.
Yes.
Minecraft.
More of the same.
It is, but it's bigger. There's more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Did you guys? Okay, here's the thing. Did you guys catch that Notch wasn't there? But Sony gave Notch a gold PlayStation 1.
He did.
He wasn't at the Sony one. He wasn't at the Microsoft one.
He didn't make an appearance at all.
Yeah, he didn't make an appearance at all. I think something happened.
I
think they were playing Minecraft for Xbox or for PlayStation 4, but then something happened.
Yeah, well, I know
because then Minecraft on Xbox One, it's like, oh, maybe Microsoft gave him more money or something.
Right.
And he didn't want to show his face, you know.
He's
like, my check went through. I'm staying at home.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a smart grab.
Oh, it is. It's a huge grab, man. I'm about to say that the Xbox Live version of Minecraft is as popular, if not more popular, than the PC version, man.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was a huge game for Xbox Live. Broke a ton of records when it came out. So it's a smart move to bring it over to the new console.
Absolutely.
What else? What else did we see? D4. They showed.
Oh man, no, that dude, man, I fangasmed with that one because I didn't know what to expect. I'm looking at the trailer, I'm like, this game looks Japanese, and then they show Swery 65. I'm like, holy shit! No, I'm a huge Deadly Premonition fan. I'm thinking to myself, I met this guy a couple months ago.
Right, you did.
And the thing is, I saw his Twitter feed, and he's like, people are like, are you gonna be at E3? He's like, yeah, I'll be at E3, and I'm like, what's he doing at E3? And I'm like, oh, how about that? I hope to play the game, man.
Sure,
it looks great.
Microsoft,
It looks great. And it's episodic, so it's gonna be like Walking Dead style, but it's gonna be unique. It's gonna be awesome, and it just really stood out to me. Sadly wasn't able to get onto the stage, but the guy just shoot him along. Still,
well, he doesn't speak great English. Does
no. He barely speaks any English, but he could always have a translator.
Right, that's true. I didn't see a whole lot of translators. Maybe.
Nah, there's no translators. Period. Maybe
right.
Just that. Well, that's for later. But the PlayStation 4 thing with the Final Fantasy Versus, where they had the subtitles.
Yep. Right, for sure. So yeah, D4, Swery, good stuff. They showed this thing called Spark.
Oh yeah,
the Spark thing.
Poor man's Little Big Planet.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh man, it looks like they're trying to do the Spore thing. It's not gonna work out, man.
No, I just.
No.
What I wrote down when it was happening, I was like, hopefully this is the Wonder Book part of this conference.
Yeah.
It's just this.
I think it's an untested studio, and they've got a cool idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a cool idea. It's like,
right.
But it's game. So what it is you're a guy. And that's usually how these things start, right?
Yeah.
So you're a guy, and you have your castle?
Yes.
Your town, your castle,
your town, your castle.
building.
Well, yeah, something. You're building something. No, that was something. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of that other thing from EA.
No,
Ubi, actually.
That was Ubi.
Yeah.
No, but this one, you create rocks, and you create worlds, and you can do stuff.
And you rock and roll.
Yeah, you rock and roll. You can bring the rocks to life, and he's like, hey, let's rock and roll. Hey, it's a rock man. Yeah, let's rock out. And there's all these puns, but right when they said the rock and roll pun, like Ryan and I were both like, ah. It was great.
So basically, you're just creating. I mean, it's a world creation tool. And the kind of thing that is cool is that you can create AI for specific things. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I want to play a game that's already programmed for me.
Me too, man. I don't know. Like, I enjoyed Little Big Planet a bit more as a novelty, and all the tools were mostly there. I mostly played other people's creations, but it's such varied tools. Man, I'm probably not going to fiddle around with them, and I don't think many other people are either. Yeah. Especially with the Kinect. Can you imagine people going, you get a huge mess of a level.
That Kinect is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody using it, though.
Yeah, that was weird. Did they mention Kinect at all?
No.
Not really, outside of a few Like, yeah, you can use, Kinect integration.
Yeah.
Right, it will use Kinect integration, but there was no one section that was like, hey, let's talk about some Kinect.
Exactly.
It's not like it was a few years ago, yeah.
And that's interesting because that's usually a big thing that people give a stink about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing we're always complaining about. Like, God, why was there so much emphasis on Kinect? Why did they bring Usher out for Kinect? And it's just like they finally were like, okay, let's not even bother with Kinect.
Right.
And smart move.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ton of stuff on the Microsoft conference, but we're going to be here for like literally hours if we go through it step by step.
Oh, yeah.
So, was there anything
that stood out?
Was there anything that really stood out? Anything in your guys' mind that you really liked from the conference?
Dead Rising 3, man. Dead Rising 3.
Rising 3, yeah.
I've been looking forward to that game for years, man. I love the first two. I played the first one. I got almost all the achievements except for 7 Days Survivor because that's a real pain.
Mm-hmm.
but no, man. I've been looking forward to this game for a long time now. When they unveiled the third one, it looks great. They got the weapon combo system in place. The graphics are good. They got an open world. It's everything I can ask for. They're not like hashing it out again by having Frank West coming out. They got a new protagonist. Looks good. Looks good.
What about you, Johnny?
It looks much more open world too, which is a good thing.
It did. It did look a lot more open world.
Twice you were in a mall.
Yeah.
Twice you were in a mall. But Titanfall.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Respawn. Finally, we know what they're doing.
Right.
And
yes.
I'm kind of a big mech guy.
Oh,
and
yeah?
they were like, yep, I'm Gundam guy.
Okay.
Specific. Lost Planet and the Gundam, or the little mech guys, I like those. But when those things drop down, and he was like, yep, you get points, and then you can get into one, and you can just wreck all the humans. But then the enemy has them too, and it looks... I'm not thinking single player is going to be anything great.
I don't even know if it is single player.
It's
is
multi-only.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's what they were saying, is that they were building this multiplayer world that feels like a single player story.
Yeah,
But
so,
not.
I think that one, I think it's going to be good. I think the Respawn guys know what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
I think with EA backing them, hopefully EA was just like, here's some money, do what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't fucking butcher it like
Microtransactions.
Yeah. That
You
too.
just had to bring it up.
Yeah. There was no talk of really microtransactions either. That was a pretty big buzzword last year.
Yeah.
No, it was free to play this year though.
Yeah.
That's true.
But that mech game did look very interesting. Like
Yes.
they said, like balancing between like the pilots fighting the mechs. They wanted to make sure that one of them wasn't overpowered for the other. They showed like the pilots like running on sides of buildings and jumping off signs and stuff like that, so they could get around.
a couple of parkour things going on.
Hardcore parkour.
Yeah,
hardcore. Right?
But yeah, that looks really good.
Yep, and I said something like, I don't know if it was at the Microsoft. Like the mech is yours. Like someone can't just steal your mech, which is good.
Which
It's
was
just jacking everybody else.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was kind of cool the way you get in the mech.
Yes.
Like a mech like scoops you up and like throws you.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
You got anything, Ryan?
What? We probably. I really liked the Halo trailer.
I honestly didn't even think that was Halo.
Right.
Same
He
here.
took his thing out. That was a surprise.
Yeah, that's the thing that was so awesome, or that I liked so much, was it looked like something new, something different, and then all of a sudden it's like he takes the hood off, and it's like, oh, it's Master Chief, and I knew it when I saw the glove. Like I started going, and then like I don't know if Casey caught it right.
No,
away.
I didn't catch it, man. Like I gotta keep in mind, I haven't played a Halo game since the first one, man. Like story wise. So I'm about to say I didn't know until like, oh wait, that's Master Chief. Okay, cool.
Oh my God, space visor. No.
I know that.
Yeah. So I thought that was a pretty cool way.
Right.
And I think it was important for them to have it there, because if they didn't have Halo there, people would be like, "Where's the Halos?"
Spartan Assault.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't like bring that. They brought it up, but they didn't show anything on it, so it's good.
You mean the twin stick shooter that doesn't have any sticks?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But yeah, the Halo trailer. You're right. It was smart to bring it up. Obviously, we didn't. There was nothing. We got no idea what
they
this
don't even
is.
know what that game
But
is
it was,
right now.
Yeah, is it Halo 5? Is it Halo?
Right.
What are we doing here?
And then the last thing that we have to hit on is the price point.
Yep. $499 US.
$499.
Dollars.
Which I thought seemed reasonable at the time, especially because like they were like emphasis on games, and that's what they did.
Right.
They showed games we didn't even heard of.
Right. They brought the games.
Yeah, they did. They brought them hard.
I mean, it was like, that's what it was. It was game after game after game.
Exactly.
We're gonna sneak a little thing in here for Connect with Spark, and then game after game after game.
And honestly, most of them looked really good. And when they were like, World of Tanks free play, which is going on 360, I know, but that's still like that's a big thing.
Right.
I could see it transgressing onto one.
Yeah.
And then
transferring.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever word I'm looking for here.
Exactly.
And Dead Rising 3 exclusive.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
Oh, was it exclusive?
It's exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even catch that. A lot of the stuff that they were coming out, they were saying exclusive, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
really?
Definitely. And like when you say 500 with all these exclusives, it's like, well, that's not such an unreasonable price point when you're trying to get all these games.
It's not. It wasn't like 3 hours ago.
Wasn't. Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys want to do EA or if you want to go straight to Sony first.
No, EA didn't really have much. EA was just a mess.
Actually, there's something I would like to bring up for EA. It was
Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah. Actually, I was late to the EA press conference, so I didn't see that part. But when they showed Battlefield.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, by the way, here's 64 guys. It was just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I did not expect that. They had all the people hanging out back there.
Yeah. And I mean, that was obviously scripted as hell.
Right.
But it was like, all right, well, obviously.
I think all that game footage was pre-recorded, man.
Do you think so?
I think so.
They all ended up like in the exact. You're right.
Yeah, but to say, there's no way it could be that coordinated, man. Like on live television.
This guy's like taking bullets, and I see his HP going down by 1 each time. It's like, no, that's not how it goes. And UFC, new UFC, I think that's gonna be big for you. Yeah.
It looks good,
yeah,
especially with what they're doing with the camera and stuff like that.
the actual damage.
Yeah, they're showing. I mean, like when you're in like a headlock or something,
Yeah.
they're not like staying in that same thing. They're getting all right up in that headlock.
Yeah,
like,
I think Dana was like, "Hey, it's gonna show what a punch looks like, so you can feel what a punch looks." And Jones is sitting back there like, "You don't want to know what a punch feels like."
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
One part I did like about EA was when they had Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, Jesse, came up on stage. He's like, hey, yo, I'm at E3. I'm getting paid a lot to be on stage. Here's a trailer.
Yeah. Wasn't it a trailer for like a movie?
It was for a movie, not a game, but a movie. God. Which is, it's Fast and Furious 7, man.
Oh, yeah.
And real quick.
No.
It's Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront being made. Didn't see anything on it, just the title.
Yeah. No, I mean, you saw like the ground.
Yeah.
And it was snowy.
Hoth.
Yeah. And then you see one of them space speeder, whatever the Hoth speeders things are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are clamoring for that game.
A lot of people have been for a while.
They're good games, like 1 and 2, but I don't know. Like, I'm not like a die-hard fan, you know? I enjoyed them for what it's worth. But...
Right, for sure.
And we now know the
new Dragon Age. That did look really good. That trailer was fantastic.
Bringing back some of the key characters from the original and the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I heard they butchered the second one, though, man.
The second one was terrible, which is why when they said 2014,
yeah.
I was like, they're putting the time in now, so it's going to be good. Well, I'm not going to say it's going to be good, but they're at least putting more time in.
Right.
Well, like, is the original worth playing? Is it that good for them to, like, for us to forgive the second one and look forward to the third? That's what I'm trying to ask.
The second one, it wasn't good, but I did get through it, and, like, it had good points. I see. And we should probably bring up that Mirror's Edge is coming back.
Oh, yes, Mirror's Edge.
That was completely unexpected, if I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there was some rumors of it. There was some rumors. There was a forum that went up for Mirror's Edge 2, but you never know if they're just grabbing that shit.
Right, exactly.
But when they showed it, it looked great.
Mm-hmm. When he was like, we listen, I was like,
yes,
exactly what it is.
What else would it be?
Hold on, and bullshit, but okay, Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, you do not listen. Shit.
But yeah, what else from EA?
Peggle 2.
Peggle 2. They
Another
showed
Need for Speed game.
Another Need for Speed. It looked interesting. They showed the multiplayer stuff again, always on.
We just seen like 6 racers today, though.
Right.
So
yeah.
Man.
Madden, FIFA, all those sports games over there too.
Those aren't really. That footage didn't look that good to me.
No, it didn't.
The Madden footage looked really choppy. Like when the animations looked good. Like when he was able to juke, and when they were talking about that step and the Infinity Engine, that looked good. But when they were actually showing the gameplay footage, it looked like choppy.
No, I'm glad you caught that, man.
I was just like, ooh.
Right. I have no idea when it's coming out. They're obviously going to polish the hell out of it before it comes out.
Right.
And every now and then when they do a Madden, it does just tank. It's just like they're introducing so much stuff, it doesn't work.
Yeah, especially if you only got 1 year to pump all that stuff
into
it.
Yeah, and it's going to next gen, so it's just like, whatever. I assume it's going to next gen. I guess I don't remember.
Yeah, no, they dropped Wii U, man.
Well,
did they?
Are we
bringing
the Wii U into this conversation? I
thought EA and Wii U were not.
I'm saying that.
No, he's saying they just.
No, I'm saying they just dropped it.
Oh, yeah.
There was no Wii U. There was no 3DS.
Right.
No Vita either, man. It was just. It was just next gen.
Anything else from EA that was really interesting? That rapper was kind of interesting. I don't know who he was.
Drake.
Oh, well, there was a guy who was
Drake.
Drake.
Oh, the rapper guy. Yeah, he sucked.
Oh,
The rapper raper. Yeah.
But yeah, they brought celebrities. That's what EA does.
Yeah, but you gotta keep in mind, not many people there were sports fans, so they bring up all these people and people are like, "Who the hell is that?" There's like no applause or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, I'd say I don't follow basketball. They're like, "Here's some person from I forgot the team." See, I don't even remember his name. Shows you how much I care.
I don't know.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, it was Cavaliers. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What was Star Wars
13? That's done.
Yeah. They axed it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's done.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, I can't really think of anything.
The NBA stuff is interesting, kind of like the dribbling, like they're saying that like.
Yeah.
Oh, that made me laugh. They're like, "Oh, this has natural ball handling." Before the ball handling was unnatural, like. I'm like, yo, come on, you know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. But that being said, the whole ball handling thing that could change.
I don't play basketball,
right?
So, but I understand that dribbling is important. I can't dribble. That's why I don't play basketball.
But that is like when you're playing real basketball in RL. Like when you have the ball, it really is you versus that person across from you. So for somebody that is really into that, that could be. A game changer. I mean, they haven't put out a game for 2 years, so
right. Yeah,
they've had some time.
Yeah. So it's been 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So shall we move on to Ubisoft?
Good old Ubi, man. Ubi. I gotta say, I don't know. Like I was torn.
Lana.
I'm about to say the game.
Lana.
What? That's how you get ants.
Yeah.
Aisha Taylor, is that her name?
Yeah, Aisha Tyler. Taylor Tyler. Yeah, I know who you're talking about though. Super tall. When I saw her on stage, I'm about to say, I'm just like, whoa. See, the thing is, no, I think they had a good conference. I didn't think she was that funny, man. She didn't deliver the jokes, man.
Yeah.
See,
she was kind of miss, in my opinion.
Yeah, some of her jokes were kind of bad, but in all honesty, I almost appreciate that. Like her trying to make jokes. I don't know how much they were scripted, because it seemed like some of them were when mistakes were made and stuff like that. It seemed more natural than some of the other conferences.
Yeah, I thought it was funny though because she tried to do a joke, but then when it didn't work, she tried making it much dirtier.
Worse, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like,
like either racist or just sexist or something.
Yeah.
It's like that made me scream like Assassin's Creed 3 or like a black woman in bed. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Right.
God.
What did they show?
They
showed Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs was good.
Looks fantastic. I mean, I'm kind of.
What did they start with? Splinter Cell is what they started with.
Splinter Cell is what they. Yeah, I think so.
Or was it Rayman? Maybe.
No, they started
Splinter
they started with Alice in Chain Rocksmith, man.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
I thought that was great, man. Like I love their music. And I'm about to say, obviously there was no vocals. They wanted to show off how you can do all the instruments with just Rocksmith. But it was like a private concert, man. You get their hit song, one song.
Right.
But no, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, like, it's still Rocksmith, and you gotta buy all your equipment over again for Xbox One, but...
Right. But with Rocksmith, that's expensive, because, I mean, you're buying a guitar. Like a real guitar.
I think it's an interesting concept, though. About to say, like, I think it's the next logical evolution from Rock Band, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably more niche market, but I can see it catching on, you know? Especially on a new platform.
For sure. And then they moved... And then they did Splinter Cell?
Yeah, and then they did Splinter Cell, I think.
Splinter Cell looks good. Coming out... You didn't think it looked good?
Oh, no, it looked good. I think for the first kind of part, it was like, they went,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
which they showed 2 trailers back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
And Rayman, it's like, that was supposed to be out already for the Wii U.
Yep.
Like,
so
I'm
kind of, whatever.
They put out that challenge app. That's pretty good.
I mean, it looks Rayman.
Yeah.
If you like Rayman, it's going to be there, and it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
See, the first part was, the first, like, few things they showed were kind of, like...
It was weird. It was like a cinematic trailer for a game that we've already seen tons of gameplay for.
Yeah.
So why...
I think that's all they got, really. They don't want to shake away everything they have to show. You know?
Right.
And then they were like, oh, here comes the game that's coming out in August. Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they moved on to, was it that Rabbids game? It was like this...
That Rabbids TV show.
That Rabbids
game.
TV.
I like the first one for the original Wii, but man, I haven't been following the Rabbids games, like all 20 of them since then.
I didn't even...
It's a one-trick pony, man. All they do is they yell, and then they get into mischief, and they yell some more. It's annoying.
Right.
But my favorite line of that was, now you can yell with your kids instead of at your kids. And then, I don't know, and then it cuts to them yelling at a cow about to crap on him, man.
Yeah, it's just... but they didn't really say what that was, if that was a game or...
It's a game.
Yeah,
It's a game. But then there's a Nickelodeon TV show, too.
And there's but they said you could interact with the TV show.
Yes, in the game.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because they said it was going to be for interactive TVs as well.
It's an interactive TV video game.
Okay. So is that like on like the Sony store? Like when you got a Sony TV that has, or like the Logitech store?
No, it's going to be an Xbox One thing, man. Connect.
You think so?
I think so.
Because if they're specifically saying interactive TV.
Did you see the kids moving around? They have little cursors. Yeah.
Yeah, but interactive, the Logitech thing can do a cursor. I mean, the Wii could do a cursor.
I'm about to say, yeah, my TV can do a cursor too, but no. No, I'm about to say, yeah, no, it's gonna be a video game that's TV based.
All right, I'll believe you. You were there. I wasn't.
Yeah.
What did they show?
Well, they showed lots of stuff in the middle. I'm about to say.
They did show a lot of stuff.
There was another driving game.
Oh yeah,
another driving
The Crew.
game.
The Crew, yeah.
That looked more RPG-y to me, though, which kind
of...
which could be... I mean, at least it's doing something different. Like, at least it's not...
You know,
it's not Forza.
You know how I was... I was talking about repeated voice clips, like in the Rise? That one, they had a repeated voice clip, and that one you could take to the bank. The one part where they're chasing that one Hummer, there's that one voice, hit it again!
Yeah.
Hit it again! Hit it again! I'm like, Jesus, man, at least have a separate voice clip, man.
Right, just the same thing over and over.
But that one wasn't scripted. And then they eventually stopped the Hummer in the trailer by having the Hummer just drive into the car.
Yeah.
Mission complete.
It bumped it.
It bumped into it, yeah. We were talking about that. Yeah.
I laughed at that, man.
South Park.
South Park, oh yeah. At least they're having a little bit of fun with their game.
I'm glad they are too, yeah.
Like they're in on the joke of like, hey, we've been tossed around quite a bit from THQ and now we're over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say it looks like it's professionally done, like more so than like the other South Park games you see on Xbox Live, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. Oh yeah, I mean Matt Parker and Trey Stone were part of the team, and they were working directly with them to make sure that they got everything right.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And coming out this holiday or some holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was funny when they said that. Yeah. Like, it's coming out this holiday or whenever. These games.
Yep. You never know.
For the Okama Game Spear.
You know it. And then Watch Dogs? Yeah.
Watch Dogs next?
Well, it was like tons of Watch Dogs, but yeah.
There was a ton of Watch Dogs. I'm really looking forward to that game.
Yeah.
And I'm really starting to get sick of the trailers and stuff.
Me too. I want to either play it or just have it in my collection. You know what I mean?
I understand that I'm going to be able to connect with my devices.
You're gonna see a lot more trailers. You're gonna see bus ads. You're gonna see a lot more viral campaigns. You know,
you're gonna see bus ads. I ain't got no buses where I.
You should have seen Borderlands 2, man. Every bus from here to Timbuktu had the Borderlands guy shooting his brains out, man.
I hit on. Or you guys want to hit some more on Watch Dogs? Or I feel like we've seen enough.
We've seen enough. We've said enough.
We just need to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and then like I'm interested in what you're doing on your cell phone.
Yeah.
When you're not playing it, like I'm interested in that. But they're not saying what that exactly is, and they're not going to for a while. And
yeah.
We saw Assassin's Creed, obviously.
Yeah.
Which we also saw. Froze.
Oh, yeah.
Froze because it was live action.
Froze a bunch of times.
Yeah, they didn't even get to finish it. Froze.
Which is maybe why they didn't show gameplay at the Ubisoft.
Yeah.
No, everything was really tightly controlled there, man.
Yeah.
Yes. No laser tag. What was that game? The new Tom Clancy game.
The Tom Clancy.
What was it saying? Well, they are giving these away during the conference.
Yes.
So yeah, the $51 Ubi dollars, as they're called, the United Terrorists. It was like the Dark Winter.
Division?
Oh.
The Division, I believe. Hold on a second.
Something like that.
Well, this bill says that I've been infected, so...
The Division. Where's that?
There's Dark Winter, they're talking about it, but... man, it's a Tom Clancy game, and I think it looks incredible. I think that stole the show for Ubisoft easily.
Well, yeah, like, obviously it's like supply and scavenge and all that stuff, but I was like, and then it was like, oh, by the way, here comes these guys to steal your stuff. They're actual players, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, about to say, so you can secure bases and stuff like that, too, man.
The Division.
The Division, that was it. I thought it was Dark Winter or whatever at first, or Black Friday, but yeah, The Division.
Yeah. So that game's going to be full of trolling. Speaking of trolling, what was the castle game?
Oh, that was the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot.
Which is on PC.
Yeah, it's a PC game.
Free to play. There's a beta out.
About to say, I have some closed beta codes too if you guys are interested.
Yeah.
Hit up Gamers Heroes, KC@GamersHeroes.com. Be more than happy to shoot you one of the codes we got.
And if you haven't seen the trailer, it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I thought it was pretty funny, man.
Like at first I was like, this is kind of lame, and then it just got towards the end, and I was like laughing. I was like, all right, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because Ubisoft wasn't on Spike TV or what, but they were not afraid to kind of go a little racy with the commentary.
Yeah. which was nice.
Yeah.
Like I said, like between the other conferences and Ubisoft, the one thing I did feel was a feeling of like lighthearted, having fun. I like all of their games. Like even the Rabbids game looks terrible, but it looks like whoever's doing it is having fun doing it.
Yeah, I noticed that. I got that feeling when I was there too. Instead of it being like a huge auditorium like the Galen Center at Microsoft or Sony at the Sports Memorial or even EA at the Shrine Center, it felt like a movie theater, man. It was tiny, man.
Right.
And
Yeah.
other than that, no Rainbow Six.
No Rainbow Six, and that was rumored that it might be talked about. Haven't put anything out in like 2 or 3 years.
Right, and at this point, it's obviously next gen.
Right.
So I was assuming we'd see it there.
I miss Rainbow Six, man. I miss playing some of that multiplayer.
Terrorist. Mm-hmm. And I think that's about all they.
Wait, real quick, 60 minutes. It's like an hour, maybe.
It's a little over an hour, man. They started right at 3 and they let it a little after 4.
Okay. But then what everybody's probably talking about around this time of night, because just happened, was the Sony conference.
Oh, dear God, the Sony conference, man.
Which started terribly.
It started awful.
Horrendously.
It started late, first off.
Like 15, 20 minutes late. Yeah. It was quite a bit late.
It was kind of ridiculous.
And what did they start off with? I don't even.
They started with the dubstep and they're rubbing the square, the circle, the triangle, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then what did they do? They had
PS3, I think it was.
They had PS3. They're showing off The Last of Us, and we're like, okay, cool.
It's like Last of Us, great. This is actually out on Friday, so.
And it's like, okay, yeah, here's some more games for PS3. And they talked about the Vita and how there's still hope in the Vita, and there's you
like
give up
just beginning.
It's just beginning. Dude, they're basically saying, yeah, don't give up the video. He's like, check out all these awesome games. They listed them off and like, yeah, Doki Doki. I'm like, what the hell is that, man? What's a Doki Doki?
Doki Doki don't care.
Yeah.
And then they brought out their CEO, who...
Yeah, about to say, he almost derailed the whole thing, man.
Yeah,
Hype train off the rails in a bad way, man.
And he what did he go over? Pretty much videos and music. Which,
right. He's like, hey, you're going to be able to rent videos. Great, we can do that now.
Yeah, he was tooting his own horn, man.
Hey, there's music services. Again, hey, we already have that now.
Yes,
you already know we know that we have that now.
We're not going to get into that at all. After that is when it started to pick up, because I think what they realized, like, we need to get this shit out of the way now and then just go.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just going to hit this right out the bat. The Walking Dead, 400 Days.
Yeah, that was pretty good,
They didn't show anything, but they brought it up, which is good.
And there's supposed to be some exclusive content for the Vita?
I guess I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, they said something about exclusive content, but
they didn't bring anyone out. They simply just mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. More right now, but they brought 8 guys out and showed all their indie games, and it, it's like, look, we're going indie as well. I was like, okay, that's legit.
The thing with the indie crowd, the indies are great.
Mm-hmm.
Indies are fantastic, and that's where a lot of the crowd goes to because they're cheaper games. Yep. You get a wide variety of different stuff.
Yes, you do.
I think Sony is betting on the next Minecraft.
I think so.
Okay, yeah,
is what they're trying to do. I think that's what they're doing with all this. Is like, hey, if we find the next Minecraft, we're gonna be rolling in the money. Yeah. But that could be a long road.
Oh yeah,
is the thing. Like there's a lot of good indie things out there. There's like Flower and all, and
it's just coming to the Vita.
I know, right?
5 years later,
who gives a shit?
But there's also a lot of shitty indie games out there.
Yeah, and the ratio of good to shit, it's not that good, man. But there's way more shit out there. They're giving away for a penny or free.
Yeah.
So I mean I don't know. I like for creativity and for making games. I think that's a really important thing for them to do.
Yeah.
Business model.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows? I mean, it could pay off for them in the long run. People could say, I mean, there's other business decisions that they are making that I think are fantastic that will help this indie scene. But yeah, there's more to be seen there, I think.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Then we can move on to some of the other trailers.
Obviously, they showed all their first-party games that they.
Yeah.
One more. I can't remember. Well, they said 3 of them would be at launch, and Infamous the only Drive Club.
Drive Club.
That's right.
Driving game number bajillion.
Yeah, and
so they had 2 driving games at the Sony conference.
Oh yeah, they did.
Because they showed Gran Turismo 6 as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Infamous Second Son will not be at launch.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
that's fine. They can take their time on that one.
Yeah, make it right.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were great, man.
I did enjoy those.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to say anything about those? I mean, the trailers were new, but
I liked the infamous Second Son trailer. I'm about to say, look at that firepower. I'm about to say instead of like electricity powers, you got the fire. So there's at least like mixing it up a little bit. And I know, didn't Cole have some sort of fire powers in the second one if you go in with Nyx?
Yeah, you can choose fire, ice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, they're just building off of that, I guess.
That's cool. Killzone looked good. I mean, the gameplay looked good.
I've never been a big fan of Killzone.
Same here.
Neither have I.
I've played through all the stories, but I always rent them. So
whatever. Yeah, me too, man.
Drive Club, another driving game. Knack. I don't know. Knack.
That's your colorful character to put on the box for littler kids and family. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, no Battle Royale 2.
Yeah.
What else? Superbot's dead, man.
And then I guess we can. Square Enix was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
They showed some stuff. They
best be trolling, man. It was funny. They started the trailer. It's like, we'll have something to announce later. We're short on time. But first, here's a trailer for Final Fantasy Versus 13, which was really cool. About to say, they actually had
Final Fantasy Versus 13.
Yeah. Now Final Fantasy 15. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Final
which
Fantasy
most
15.
people were assuming.
Yeah. Right. I mean, after a year, a couple years?
Oh no, it's been in development since 2006, man.
Oh wow.
Since they showed the first trailer for 13, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
that's a very long time. No Last of Us. Now we're going on trailers we haven't seen in a grip. No, not Last of Us. Last Guardian.
Last Guardian. Yeah. That we haven't seen in years and years, but. And then what else did they? Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 3. Yep. That's big huge for some people.
I think it's.
Especially the Japanese market. I mean,
the PlayStation 2 owners, like that. Right. If they didn't have an Xbox and you had PS2 and you played RPGs, you played Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
Let's say, I can't think of any RPGs on the original Xbox, like Japanese RPGs. I don't think there was a single one.
Fable.
That's not Japanese.
No, you're right.
Fable's good, but it's not Japanese.
Right.
I'm thinking like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest.
There was some Phantasy Star game, I think.
On Xbox?
There was, actually.
I'll be darned. I never knew that. That'd be a good system for it. Xbox Live.
I think it was a remake of Phantasy Star Online 1.
Yeah, Phantasy Star 1.
That's crazy, man.
Or an episode
the same
2
same thing they did on GameCube.
Right.
I knew the GameCube one. I knew about the GameCube one.
Yep. Not really, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts will be big for a lot of people, but they just straight up said it's in development.
Right. No clue. So I mean,
so what? Did you start like a month ago or what?
Yeah. Are we gonna be waiting until
we made a trailer
2020?
Yeah.
I mean, next gen.
Yeah. next gen. But yeah, I mean that'll be. I really liked the 3DS one. I didn't play any of the other ones, and I really liked the gameplay of the 3DS one. It was fantastic. I had no idea what story was going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's time and shifting.
That one was a little weird. Well, I guess they're all kind of weird. To be fair, but the gameplay, the combat is basically the same.
Right.
Which and that's what
it was really solid.
Yeah, it works that way.
Yeah.
What will they show next?
No more Watch Dogs, man.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Which froze a ton.
That was great, man.
And then, I mean, it froze to the point where they were just like, oh, no, we're out.
Yeah.
Just turn off the lights, man. Get out of here.
Which is too bad because it was right after like some of the environments were really cool. And then they showed him running through a barrage of things.
And it was obvious that whatever was at the end there, they really wanted to show. Because it was like him and his first mate, and they were surrounded, so he was about to pull something off.
Right, he was about to kill that guy.
He was about to kill all those guys. He was about to like, pull out all the pistols off his homeboys.
Right.
But nope.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate for them. At
At
least for the guy on stage.
Yeah, definitely.
It's probably not his fault.
Right,
because he's just left in the spotlight.
Yeah, he was just sitting there like. Yep. He's thinking, I knew we shouldn't have fucking done this. I knew we shouldn't have done this.
He'll forever be associated with it, man.
Yep.
Right. And then they moved on to Watch Dogs.
Keep going.
Yeah, we've seen, like I said, enough of that. It was a escort mission, basically, which everyone
I'm about to say,
hates.
if anything, that would turn me off of the game. Looking at that gameplay, like, it didn't appeal to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The trailer, if you want the trailer for...
Yeah.
Right. The one thing that I'm not a huge PlayStation fan. I cover mostly Xbox and PC and some of the Nintendo stuff when I can, but the one thing that was really interesting to me that I saw was the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
They came and said exclusive beta.
Yep. First
exclusive beta for the PlayStation 4. That's really piqued up my interest because I really like Elder Scrolls, and I don't love MMOs all the time. I play a lot of MMOs, but I get sick of them after a while. You know.
Right. And we gotta see it.
Right.
I gotta play it.
We're going to later this week, so we should have more footage of that later.
Yes.
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I'm about to say these two got interview with Bethesda. Get to check out their stuff firsthand. So we'll have the footage for you guys. You can check it all out and make a judgment for yourself. And we'll let you know whether or not it's worth it. Really, if you should get PlayStation 4.
Right. Mad Max trailer.
You know what? I love Mad Max, but that's a 25. Wait, is it 30? 30-year-old property, man.
Right.
That's 80s. That is pure 80s.
Yeah. So but I mean, they could be doing something cool with that.
Oh no, Mad Max is still cool, man. It's timeless.
Right. And then the real bombshell.
Oh snap!
Was when Sony announced what they were doing with their online infrastructure and what they were doing with their price.
Yep.
So.
Oh, by the way, we're cool with used games.
Yeah.
It's like,
and everybody's just like cheering and clapping and screaming. And it was
chanting Sony.
It's and then Jack Trenton sitting up there like, yeah, what's up?
Okay, huge grin on his face.
Yeah.
Man.
And then, by the way, you can give the game to your friend.
We don't care.
Sony. I don't know. I think the cheering was a little much, but I understand what they're doing and what they're trying to get out of it. And they're completely showing Microsoft like, hey, some of that DRM stuff that you're pulling off
not cool.
It's not for the consumer.
So they're gonna be the only ones doing it. About to say, yeah, that's crazy.
And that's not good for Microsoft.
No.
I mean, there's things that Microsoft has done in the past before that have been like this. I keep talking about how Xbox Live was on a broadband connection when most people didn't have it.
That's true.
And that worked out okay for them. But the dial-up community still had games to play.
That's true.
And so, I mean, they are really making a step, and they haven't. Microsoft hasn't really made the case of why this thing is going to be that way.
No.
So it still just looks like a publisher deal.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some stuff where, like, that Drivatar thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of cool. It's interesting, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not, I need to keep my Xbox on all the time.
No.
Interesting.
No.
It's not Steam having Steam sales all the time interesting.
Exactly.
And for Sony to take these points and to point them out one after another, it's really showing them, hey, you're doing something kind of shitty.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to take advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Straight up.
Right. I mean, we're gonna point all these out to everybody right here, right now, and in the spotlight. That hey, you're being shitty. We're not going to do that.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought they were going to follow suit, honestly. I thought
wasn't
if
sure.
one did one, another one would do the exact same.
You'd figure, but money-wise, I got to assume they're behind. So,
Right.
this generation. So
Yeah, that's a hope.
That's what they're hoping.
Yeah. And then with the price point too. What was it? $399?
$399.
$400 coming out $100 cheaper than the Xbox.
That's going to be a big deal for a lot of people.
Right. So unless they figure something out with subsidies for Xbox, which doesn't sound like they're doing anymore, they're going to be the cheaper console in the market.
That's right.
I mean, if they get their foot in the door too, like at the same time or earlier.
Yep. They didn't. Microsoft said November.
Right.
We don't. They said holiday, so we don't know.
I mean,
they're going to try.
Right. You have to assume
before Black Friday.
Right. I mean, it's stupid not to get your stuff out there before Black Friday. It's just asking for not to make as many sales.
Yeah. They're gonna try.
Right. So yeah, I think. So what did you guys think the best conference was? Overall, what was the best
tough,
conference?
Man. Oh.
I gotta say, gaming wise, it was definitely.
I'd have to go with the same, man.
Yeah. If we're talking about like solely like excitement for something, I mean, Microsoft was just game after game. Here's an exclusive. Here's something you haven't seen. Here's this and that.
Did we bring up that they also partnered with Twitch?
Oh,
yeah,
no, we
about
didn't.
that.
Which we're streaming on Twitch right now.
Yeah,
But, yeah, that was a huge get.
That's a big play.
Sony before they were talking about their streaming thing, and everybody's like, "Wait, why are you doing with?
Why are you doing with Ustream? Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What about Twitch?" And then we find out now it's like, yep. Microsoft got Twitch locked down. Now that is going to be behind an Xbox Live Gold subscription, but it sounds like you're going to have that anyway. I mean,
it's an online system.
If you're already online and you're already doing all this, you're going to have Xbox Live. Which I think would have made sense. Maybe that's why they're not doing the subsidy thing, is because they figure people are going to have to buy Xbox Live Gold.
That's true.
we're going to give them reasons why they have to have Xbox Live Gold. So why give them a reason, or why give them the console for cheaper? But so yeah, Twitch TV is big.
It's big. It's big. And like I said, gaming-wise, it's Microsoft, but oh shit, PS.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, they just...
Right, I mean, they basically did. I mean, they basically stood on stage and said, Microsoft, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we remember what you did when we released the PS3.
Right.
So we're not having this.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, as far as, like, what console do I want to get going into next generation? I mean, it's if I had to choose right now, I would choose PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because they gave me better reasons. I mean... I still feel Xbox may have a better online infrastructure, and I
think they have a better at the moment as well. But
right,
I'm about to say I'm waiting for Xbox One, man. I'm about to say they didn't say when most of these games are coming out. They said what was it, Forza 5 at launch and some other ones, but like Dead Rising 3, when's that one coming out? They didn't say. Yeah, exactly.
We did get to see the PS4 too.
That's true.
Oh yeah, we did see the box.
It's slanted.
So it's basically a box that has like.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and it looks like it's got a Kinect style thing too, PlayStation Eye.
It does, yeah, the PlayStation Eye. I don't know if that's... They still haven't said if that's in the box or not.
They have it.
But it's something like that. But I don't know. I think that was pretty much it for the conferences. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on while we were...
Nothing I can really
think that's about it, man.
Yeah.
I guess Microsoft's got the best conference so far unless Nintendo pulls it together tomorrow.
Right, Nintendo Direct is tomorrow.
Which is weird because it's pre-recorded, it's pre-done, it's all in the bank. They've already got that stuff
They
done.
know we're still gonna wake up at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning and watch it.
Right. And they're in an interesting spot.
I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 minutes long.
Oh, awesome.
It's gonna be just crazy, man. I'm about to say that's gonna be the highlight for me. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I think Nintendo really did something good by being not at E3. Yeah. Like, not messing around. I mean, you have Sony and Microsoft fighting it out.
Yeah, there's too much shit going on.
And Microsoft is announcing like 30 billion games. Yeah. So them just being on the side and like, hey, we're just going to do our thing. We're going to announce our Marios. We're going to announce our Smash Brothers and have some positive hype for the Nintendo people, and then we're going to get out.
And then we'll have our games at Best Buy,
Yeah.
And they got to think, people are going to watch this on our YouTube channel, which means money.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that,
yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're going to get it out here. That's us for tonight, Gamers Heroes Live.
Yep.
We're going to try to do this every night. We're going to try to do at least a little bit every night, so I'm going to put this up all over the place. Make sure to check us out. GamersHeroes.com, youtube.com/GamersHeroes, Facebook.com/GHeroes, Twitter.com/GamersHeroes.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it for us. Yeah. We'll see you guys later.
All right, later, guys.
Bye. I keep saying bye because I have to turn this off.
Bye,
guys.